are having a fantastic week. It is Wednesday, and I am here to teach you math. So we are going to take out our packets. We are going to take out a red pen because I'm going to go over pages 9 and 10 that you learned with Miss Garcia yesterday. And let's get started. So with Miss Garcia, you learned about 3 kinds of triangles. Can you name those 3 triangles without looking at the board? Okay, you should have said isosceles, scalene, and equilateral. Okay, so number 1 here is a scalene, and it's scalene because it has no sides that are equal to each other. Here, number 2 is isosceles because it has 2 sides that are the same. They are equal to each other. Number 3 is equilateral because they're all the same. And number 4 is isosceles because you have 2 that are the same. Okay, and then going on to page 10. Here, you were given just the sides, and you were required to tell me what kind of triangle. So here, for number 1, I have 4, 4, 4. They're the same, so it's equilateral. Number 2, you have 11, 7, and 9, so it's scalene because none of them are the same. Number 3, you have 5, 8, and 8. It is isosceles because you have 2 that are the same. You have 2, 5, and 6, so it's scalene. 5, 5, and 5 is isosceles. And 18, 1, and 2 is scalene because they're all different. And then you have 5, 5, 5 again, which is equilateral. And I want to go back to this one because this is 5 centimeters and 5 centimeters, but this is 5 inches. So because of that difference, it is actually isosceles because these 2 are the same, but this is inches. That one was kind of a trick question. So make sure that you check those. Again, if I go too fast, which I probably did, this PowerPoint is in RunWeb, so you can check on your own, or you can always pause me and look at the back when I'm not in the video so you can see the answers. So take out your notes. Now, I'm going to display these notes on the board, but these are also in RunWeb, or you can take them yourself, up to you what you want to do with that. So we're going to talk about 3 more kinds of triangles, or ways to identify triangles. So here with Miss Garcia, you identified triangles by their sides. We're going to identify triangles by their angles. Okay, so it's kind of interesting because I taught all about acute, right, and obtuse last week. So I get to teach it again, but this time with triangles. So think about that. What does acute mean? What does obtuse mean? What does right mean? Okay, so I'm going to display the notes and talk about them. So let's get going. Okay, so pages 11 and 12 are on acute, obtuse, and right triangles. So remember that when I taught the angles, I said acute because it's cute, it's small. Okay, so when I think about acute triangles, it means that there's no angles greater than 90. Okay, they're all less than 90. So here in my example, I have 70, 50, and 60. They're all less than 90, so that means it is a acute triangle. So 3 angles less than 90 degrees is acute, okay? Just think back, acute is small. The angles are small in this kind of triangle. Obtuse, I have 1 angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So here I have 40, 120, and 20. 120 is greater than 90, so it is a obtuse triangle. So think acute, acute, obtuse, and right. So then my next one is going to be right, and that just means that I have a angle that is equal to 90 degrees. It's right here. I have 60, 90, 30. 90 is my right angle, so it is a right triangle. So again, remember, acute, no angles greater than 90. Obtuse, one angle, just one, is greater than 90. And then I have right, which is equal to 90. Okay? The second thing you're going to do is you're going to be given a triangle like this, and it is going to say that one of the angles equals X or B or whatever, okay, whatever letter they choose. And you're gonna have to find that angle. And I'm not just talking about triangles, I'm actually talking about quadrilaterals as well. And remember that quadrilaterals are our squares, our rectangles, our trapezoids, anything that has 4 sides. So a triangle we know equals 180. So when I add up the angles, they add up to 180, okay? When I have quadrilaterals, they are 360. And it's like I took 2 triangles and I put them together to equal a quadrilateral. And if I have one triangle that equals 180 and another triangle that equals 180, I add those together and I get 360, okay? So I'm actually going to open up a page so that I can do an example of both of these a little bit bigger, but you will have these examples in the notes as well, okay? So, okay. So example 1, I'm going to do a triangle. So I'm given this triangle. Okay. So this is 100. This is 44, and this is X. So I know that it has to equal 180. So I'm first going to take this guy and this guy and add them together, which equals 144. What do you think my next step is? If I want to find X, how would I do that? You should have said subtract 180 by 144. 36. So X equals 36. Pretty easy, right? Not hard, just a little bit of math required. So now I'm going to do another example, but with a quadrilateral. Okay, I remove the mouse out of the way. So I have my quadrilateral. This is 75. This is X, and I'm trying to erase my quadrilateral, guys. This is 41, and this is 132. Okay, so I'm going to again add those up. So 132 plus 41 plus 75. So 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 5 is 8, 14, 248. And now what does a quadrilateral equal? The angles equal 360. So 360 minus 248. So x equals 112. So to recap today's lesson, you learned about 3 ways to identify triangles by their angles. And those 3 are acute, meaning they have no angles that are greater than 90 degrees. You have obtuse, where you have one angle that is greater than 90 degrees. And then you have right, which equals one angle is equal to 90 degrees. So triangles add up to, you should have said 180, and quadrilaterals equal 360. So again, that's very important when you're trying to find the missing length. Remember, whether it is a triangle or a quadrilateral, you take them, add them together, and then you subtract by whatever it is. So if it's a triangle, then you subtract by 180. If it's a quadrilateral, you subtract by 360. Steps are the same, just the number that you are subtracting from is different. So your job now is to do pages 11 through 13. So 11 is to identify them by their angles super easily. So you will look at the angles and see if it's acute, obtuse, or right. Page 12 is they give you the lengths of, or the angle measurements, and then you need to tell me what it is. So they may say 30, 60, 90, and you would tell me that it is a right triangle, okay? And then for 13, it is finding the missing length. Make sure that you show your work. No matter how much you can do this in your head, you need to show your work. If you want some extra practice with IXL, you can do IXL BB3 or BB4 if you want some extra support, or maybe you struggled a little bit, or maybe you just want to do IXL. Up to you, it is optional, okay? That is all I have for you today for math, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.